You can be doing completely fine, and then, out of nowhere, something small hits you. A photo, a song, a place, a random night when your brain gets too quiet, and suddenly you miss them. Not lightly, not in some distant, harmless way. You actually feel it. And that's when the confusion starts. Because if they came back today, you still wouldn't want them back. You know how it ended. You know what it did to you. You know why it had to be over. So why do you still miss them? That feeling messes with people because it seems like it must mean something. Like maybe you made the wrong choice. Maybe you're not over it. Maybe deep down, they were the one and you're just lying to yourself. But missing someone does not always mean you want them back. Sometimes it means something much stranger than that. Sometimes you're not missing the person. You're missing what your life felt like around them. There's a difference, because people don't just leave behind memories. They leave behind routines, patterns, emotional roles, a version of your day your nervous system got used to. Maybe they were the first person you told things to. Maybe they filled your evenings. Maybe your phone felt less empty. Maybe your life had a certain shape when they were in it. And when that shape disappears, your brain doesn't only grieve the person, it grieves the structure. That's why you can miss someone who is bad for you. You're not always reaching for the pain they caused. Sometimes you're reacting to the silence they left behind. And silence is powerful. A lot of people think healing means your emotions should start making perfect sense, but they usually don't, especially with attachment. Because attachment is not logical, it's repetitive. Your mind gets used to someone being there, even if the relationship was messy, unstable, disappointing, or exhausting. Familiarity still becomes its own kind of comfort, not because it was good, just because it was known. And when something familiar disappears, your brain doesn't always ask, "Was this healthy?" It asks, "Why is this gone?" That's a very different question. There's also the fact that memory is selective. When you miss someone, your brain often does something unfair. It pulls forward the softness and pushes the pain into the background. You remember the way they laughed, the way they texted, the feeling of having someone there. You don't feel the full weight of the confusion, the inconsistency, the disappointment, the thing that made you leave in the first place. So now you're comparing your current emptiness to a cleaned-up version of the past. Of course, that hurts, but that doesn't mean the past was right for you. It means your mind is editing. And this is where a lot of people get trapped. They treat missing someone like proof that they still belong to them, proof that they haven't moved on, proof that the relationship meant more than they wanted to admit. But sometimes, missing someone is just grief without direction. It doesn't mean go back. It doesn't mean reach out. It doesn't mean they were right for you. Sometimes, it just means a bond existed, and your mind is still adjusting to its absence. That's all. You can miss someone and still know they are not good for your life. You can miss someone and still not trust them. You can miss someone and still not want to start over. Those things can all be true at the same time, because missing someone is emotional. Wanting them back is a decision, and those are not the same thing. Sometimes what you miss is not even love. Sometimes it's familiarity. Sometimes it's being seen. Sometimes it's having somewhere to put your tenderness. Sometimes it's the version of you that existed when you still believed it might work. That's why this feeling can be so hard to explain. You're not always mourning the person as they really were. Sometimes you're mourning the meaning they once carried. And maybe that's the question underneath all of this. When you miss them, do you actually miss who they were? Or do you miss who you were allowed to be when they were still part of your life?